Hi everyone, and welcome to another video with me. Today's video is in response to a question that my friend has sent in again, and she asked me to talk about stress. Now when you look at the word stress, it's really very generic, and it covers like this whole plethora of things in it. So my interesting take on stress, I mean, this is just my point of view about stress, and it's not necessarily true or whatever, right? So my take on stress is this, that stress is something which is bothering us. I made this. So stress is something which is like something which is sticking us, something which makes us feel not so great, something yucky. So the thing about stress is this, that if you just label it as stress, then you're not really going to dig deep, and you're not going to actually look for what is actually going on. And a lot of times, if you can figure out what is going on and if you acknowledge it, it just disappears. Okay? So here is my tool for dealing with stress. And the tool is this. You ask these 4 questions. I have these 4 questions. Now, with these questions, you don't look for an answer. Rather, you just be in the question. And when you can be in the question and you remain in the question, you will have awarenesses of whatever is showing up. Okay? So, and once you have the awareness, you go, oh, that's what is going on there. And you acknowledge it, and in most cases, it disappears. And if it still remains, then you can work with, hi Vishy. So if it still remains, then you can use some other tools, which I will also talk about, okay? So here are the 4 questions. And you ask these 4 questions with anything and everything that is going on in your life which is bothering you. The first question is, what is this? The second question is, what do I do with it? Hi everyone. I have this bright shiny object syndrome. So if people say hi, then I have to say hi back. So anyways, so the first question is, what is this? Question number 2 is, what do I do with it? Question 3 is, can I change it? And question number 4 is, if so, how can I change it? Okay? And you might go, oh, these questions, and what can it create? So let me give you an example. So this is maybe 2 or 3 years ago, when my son was small. He would wake up in the morning and he would just like scream and yell and cry for no reason. And no matter what we did, you know, whether we spoke to him lovingly or, you know, asked him what was going on with him or whatever, he would just not respond to us. And he would just keep yelling and screaming and, you know, generally throw a tantrum. So when I first learned about these questions, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just use these questions and let me see what shows up. So the next day when he woke up and started yelling and screaming, I started asking these questions. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? And you know, it was quite difficult because he was yelling and screaming, and at the same time I had to really just be in these questions. So I started saying these questions over and over and over again. And within like 5 minutes, he just kept quiet. And he just, you know, started getting ready for school. And I was like, wow. So here's the thing. Use these questions, repeat them over and over again. And then I heard somebody else use these questions in a slightly different way. Like she said, pause between these questions. So what is this? Sorry for the break. So what is this? Pause. What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? So here's my invitation to you. Think about an area of your life which is like bothering you. Something you're upset about, something which is stressing you, or whatever it is. And let's, use these questions with it. So what is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? And you may repeat these as many times as you want. Now think about that situation again. And is it any different? I bet that something has changed there, that you have at least a little peace over it. Look at it and go, is it better, worse, or the same? If it is better or worse, then something has changed and the tool is working. If it is the same, still continue to use it and something or the other will change for you. So I hope this tool helps you. And the other tool that I want to share with you is that I'm a facilitator of this modality called Access Consciousness. And one of the most basic tools that we have is get your bars run. So we have these 32 points on the head where we store all our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and all the not so great stuff in life. So, during a bars session, the bars practitioner will touch these points and there's an electrical discharge which occurs, and then these points are, stuff that is stored there, you can let go of it. So many times when I find myself having a kind of a day, I just go, oh, I require to get my bars run, and I go get my bars run. So I live in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I live in UAE. So if you want to learn the bars, you can get in touch with me and I'm happy to teach it for you. If you would like to get your bars run, you can still get in touch with me and I'm happy to do it with you, or I'm happy to direct you to somebody who can run bars. So thank you so much for listening to me, and have fun, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.